Oh, okay, so no, that was the question I think at some point in that meeting, in this meeting was, can that grant be used for something else for the recycled pipeline?
So in theory it can, but it would have to be approved through the state.
Oh,
and then we would have to go through the design process, which took us a year to get here.
Yeah.
So we don't really have time to facilitate that. And I think the intent of that conversation was that if we weren't moving forward with this project, or weren't moving forward with it by the end of this calendar year, that most likely we would not have enough time to finish it, which would place us at risk of having to just pay ourselves for the work that was done and not get any more grant money.
I guess that was my question, is that if we're not doing this, so maybe that's my other request then, if that one isn't correct, then a request for, is there something else that we should be doing to satisfy our requirements to recharge the water basin?
So there is other opportunities through building overflow basins or direct recharge.
Okay.
So that's something we can bring back. I honestly am not going to have time to make that before November.
Yes, I understand. That's being really short. That's fine. You know, if it comes back in January, that's fine.
I need 2 people up.
Oh, sorry.
Second. Callis.
Yeah, we can definitely put together a report of what the other options are and bring that back.
Okay.
Yeah, it would most likely be January, possibly in December.
Yeah, that's fine.
Director Collins, you have anything?
I have a couple of things, but as always, I'd like to defer to my colleagues.
Okay. Director Davis?
No, I hope I understood that correctly. Okay, so hopefully we just do away with that purple pipeline, and maybe there's a chance of getting a grant to recharge the water, right?
So that would be a separate process, but we could apply for a grant to recharge.
Yeah.
To do direct recharge.
Right, yeah.
For injection.
Right.
Or to build some other project.
Yeah.
But it would be a separate project from this one, and it would be a separate grant or funding from this one.
I don't like that one, that purple.
Well, it just didn't kind of work out, right? So
The timing, I think, is probably the worst part of that whole thing.
that's the worst part.
You know, from my point of view, it is unfortunate that we got to this point and then you guys as a board decided not to go forward with it, because we have spent almost $300,000 moving in the direction that the board has designated. So
yes, I think we were thinking that wastewater would be further along. It's hard to kind of keep all your projects straight, Kelly.
I have a whole board you should come sit.
Okay, Director Collins, you have anything, unless you have something?
No.
I did have a couple of things. One of the things that I've been thinking about is, honestly, I think the district needs to get a better handle on its social media, marketing, and outreach. Possibly we need to have a person to manage that stuff. I mean, quite frankly, the amount of misinformation, garbage, and everything else that goes out that really affects the district needs to be, either monitored or have someone that's actively, posting the things that the district is doing,
We talked about that at one time.
Yes, and I'm not sure what happened with it either, but pretty much after everything that staff has probably been through in the last month, it sounds like it really should be happening, and something should be happening at the November meeting. I mean, I can't see, it's hard. It's so hard for us to expect our staff members to go through that on a constant basis.
Well, and honestly, the board, if you follow social media, you're seeing the social media side. But unfortunately, Kinsey, our account clerk, gets the up in your face side too of the social media.
That's my concern. That is a big concern. It's Kinsey, Tamara, anyone else who's in that office, when a person hears BS, whatever, you know, they get all hot and excited, run down to the office, and then you guys have to deal with it. It needs to stop, okay?
So previously we did talk about it. Part of our problem right now is that we as the current staff are not really well versed in that and don't really have the time to devote to that.
Which is why we need someone.
So we would need to bring in somebody that does that so that we can make sure that the information is getting out appropriately and timely. So if that's something that the board wants to discuss in November, then we can definitely bring that back. We just need one person to support it, so.
Yeah, I'll support that.
And that person, if possible, should also attend like some of our other community meetings, like the advisory council, so we can get updates. So then it's not just all these community groups here on one side, or whatever is coming out of the social media, that they get to hear what the district is actually doing. All these other things, you know, respond to certain questions. Those things, it needs to be done. It just, I mean, the amount of stress that staff is going, it's unbelievable. As a risk management perspective, I'm gonna close my ears. So, please.
I want to respond to Director Calvin. That's a pretty slippery slope, trying to monitor what people say, or that, you know, there is a First Amendment.
So nobody here is wanting to censor what anybody says.
Yeah.
The point, if you're not following social media, I don't follow a lot of social media because it's very depressing.
I don't.
But
Sometimes we're forced to a little bit.
But the social media that I follow basically is in response to what somebody is posting online.
Right.
And the intent is not going to ever be to censor what somebody has said. I am 100% behind free speech.
Right.
But from the district's perspective, the community here needs to see more of what's going on, and they need to get a response to some of the things that are put on Facebook, or from Instagram, or whatever the other ones are.
X.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's more or less to put more positive information and more factual information out than it is to, you know, we're not trying to censor anything or to shut anybody down. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, right, wrong, or indifferent, so.
Well, start your own Facebook.
Or have an argument. We have a Facebook.
Yeah.
If I could get rid of social media altogether, I would do that.
I would too, but I mean,
I might give my left feet to do that.
Okay, are we good? Are we done with comment yet?
I had a couple more.
All right.
I know, we all got excited over that subject, and I apologize.
We could go on about that all night.
Yeah, I don't want to go on all about that all night. So I also want to make sure I understand, because I've asked this for free, and I feel like this one for years now. There is no lighting and landscape master plan. That's just not happening.
It is happening. It'll be coming to the board next month.
Oh, next one, okay.
Part of our stumbling block there was that we couldn't find somebody to do the work.
Okay,
Nobody wanted to do it.
okay.
So we're gonna bring it back to send it back out next month to find somebody to do it.
I guess it's an RFP and all that stuff.
Yeah, to incorporate the lighting into the water and wastewater master plan.
Okay. One of the things also in that vein, since I will be retiring and all other fun stuff, I had actually, on my own time, had worked on a list of tree list, master tree list, that I had worked on that I wanted to actually submit to the district for its review and possibly as a guideline for trees that should, and plants that should be, you know, planted in our community if our district doesn't partake in more projects. And I would like to submit that and have that reviewed by our board as well. Because I make sure they're all drought tolerant, everything else, there's 60 plants on this list, and whatever happens, happens, you know.
Is it like the county list where they don't actually exist here, so when they get planted here, they immediately die?
No, I make sure that, no, I saw that list. I actually read through that list. I don't know how long that list is, but no, everything was USDA appropriate for our climate zone. This thing is pretty old.
Good start.
There's our climate zone and there's sand down.
Oh, I know that. I'm aware of that.
You're right.
It's true.
Oh, I know.
I planted plants.
Something grows really good in Paso Robles. You try planting it in San Miguel,
Oh, yeah.
it won't last.
If you want to send it to me, we can incorporate that.
I would like that, please. And then, I guess the last thing at this point is, I think we need to have a conversation about separating the fire department and all that. I know Scott's brought it up in the past. We've had conversations about it, them doing a bigger territorial stuff. I think it's the best opportunity for us to, increase our cooperation with our sheriff's department. But also, to be completely honest, what we've experienced tonight and over the past couple of years has been kind of disturbing and depressing regarding what's happening to our fire department and the way our firefighters feel. So, I want to move forward with that. I mean, we've had several resolutions where there's been no votes, even for grants that didn't have any cost requirement on us. So I want to see that brought forward in November, whether it's, a study, authorization, what have you. It's just, this can't keep going on. We need to support our fire department. We need to support our first responders.
So I'm confused about what you want to bring.
I want to keep whatever needs to be done to bring forward an item so that we can move forward with the separation of fire from our
So
district.
you want a discussion on divesting from the fire department, or the fire department divesting from this?
Are you talking about the fire district?
The fire district proposal that we're talking about. Moving forward, whether it's a cost a lot, whatever, it's just, I'm gonna be honest, okay? I actually went and looked through every single minute since 2022, and Director Davis has voted against 8 items against the fire department. So there's grants and everything else, and it's just like, whoa, wait a minute here. I mean, you're looking, I can't understand. So I didn't,
Well,
I'm trying to be professional.
So in order to move this along, is there anybody in support of doing that?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yay! We don't need to discuss it now.
Alright, so
Because we have nothing to do in November.
that's it, It's only, what? It's only
Okay.
9:30, I mean, what are we gonna do after this?
I mean, yeah.
Rod, I'm gonna need a public comment on closed session first.
Public comment on,
Are we done with board comment?
Right, you guys done with board comment? I'm sorry, I was done with board comment.
Oh,
This will be the last time for
Sorry.
items, because obviously when we go in.
so do you need more time?
No, I don't want to take up more time. I'm sure you have other things to do. We all want to.
I just had to leave at 5 o'clock in the morning for San Francisco.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
All I'm
to you.
waiting is I'm coming to work.
Yeah, there you go.
I was going to ask about, moving forward, any specific projects and aligning landscaping, things that we've talked about in the past, but if you have a master plan or you're moving forward with that, then that's moot. I appreciate you guys putting up with me for all these years, for my endless requests. Thank
You gotta
you.
be here in December.
I waited till you were almost off the board to start.
Yeah, tough. Rod, do you have anything?
No, I don't.
Okay.
All right.
All right, we're gonna adjourn to closed session.
After public comment.
Oh,
Public comment on closed session.
Yeah, 'cause I have to even say it, though. I'm
all
thinking,
right, do we have public comment in closed session?
hearing that.
Hearing none.
Hearing that.
There you go.
Time?
9:33.
Okay.
Okay, so we're adjourned to closed session.
So we need to